Assalamualaikum. We are from Group 8 and we would like to clarify the question on the issue of water pollution. In this era of globalization, there are things that cause problems to the country even though they are developing rapidly. One of them is water sources, polluted due to human action. This problem needs to be taken seriously by all parties because if pollution activities are not curbed from now on, this pollution can also affect the country's reputation in the eyes of the international community. Therefore, there are some questions that arise about this problem. The question is why water pollution continues to occur despite enforcement. First reason is weak law enforcement involve various responsible government agencies. Government agencies responsible for river cleanliness, the environment, and the cleaning and disposal of garbage. It should be noted that without a sound law enforcement process, any type of legal provision that has been provided would be in vain. For example, when the evaluation process is really performed on all responsible government agencies, then all their function and duties in protecting the environment are not likely to be properly implemented. This indicates that there are still parties who take this issue lightly and cause this issue continue to occur. Second reason, punishment imposed is not too strict. This makes the punishment unable to prevent the offender from repeating the same offense. For example, factories found dumping toxic waste into rivers ignore if charged as a fine because they can pay easily. Therefore, the fines imposed should be more stringent, such as increasing the amount of fines, factory operation closet, or both add-ons. So they will be worried if they do water pollution again. Third reason, attitude of society who take lightly about water hygiene. There are a handful of people who do not care about the matter even if they see it directly. They should do not cooperate with the enforcement authorities, causing water hygiene to be unattended. They should make a complaint if they see activity that pollute the environment instead of letting it go. Thus, a good attitude can be shown and ensure the cleanliness of water.
Assalamualaikum. I will continue the presentation on water pollution about the chemical that can cause water pollution. And as we all know, industry and agriculture will involve the use of many chemicals that can cause water pollution. Many industrial will use fresh water to carry away waste plant into the river, lake, and ocean. Pollutants from industrial source include heavy metal and solvents such as lead from industrial work can pollute river and lake. These are poisonous to many forms of aquatic life and may slow their development, causing them to interfere or death. Other than that, petroleum is another form of chemical pollutant that usually contaminate water through oil spill when ship rupture. Oil does not dissolve in water. Instead, it forms a thick layer on water surface, causing the marine plant does not receive enough light for photosynthesis. Oil usually only have only localized effect on wildlife, but can spread mild. The oil can cause death of many fish and tip to the feeder of seabird, causing them to lose ability to fly. Meanwhile, pesticides are used in farming to control weed, insect, and fungi. This pesticide can cause water pollution and poisoning to aquatic life such as bird, human, other animals may be poisoned if they eat residual fresh water or marine fish. Besides, nutrients as nitrogen and phosphorus are two of the main macronutrients in fertilizer that promote plant growth. Synthetic fertilizer containing both nitrogen and phosphorus are implied in precipitate to farm often at rate far higher than what the plant needs or what the soil can absorb. The excess of nutrients from the fertilizer leaks into the surface of groundwater, causing algal bloom and nitrate contamination. Impact drinking water recreation activities such as swimming and boating, fishing, shell and marine and aquatic ecology. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Ali Hakim Yusri. Today I want to present about a community that can identify the cause of water pollution. First, intellectual community can identify the water pollution by carrying out the DO test, which means the dissolved oxygen test. With this test, the intellectual community can identify the cause of water pollution is disposal of domestic waste, water from settlement area, and also animal husbandry near the river. This can cause the population of algae in that water will decrease and affected the water. Secondly, the community can identify the water pollution based on observation of their eyes on the color of the water. The color of the water will not same as before the water was polluted. This is because the water is covered up by oily that can harm the creature in the water, so the water is polluted.
Assalamualaikum. Hello and hi everyone. Today I will discuss about how can society prevent water pollution. There have many reasons for prevent water pollution, but I will discuss about the main parts or main reasons. Like number one is reduce the uses of plastic and polyethylene. So polythene and plastic are the most commonly used product. Plastic pollution are being a great threat for water nowadays. So we should avoid the uses of plastic materials and state of plastics. We can try about the biodegradable substance for replacing this thing. So then our main reason is stop throwing waste material into the water. We are easily dispose our daily household waste into pond, lake, river. So it can be polluted water. So grease, fat, and using cooking oil also should be disposed in trash. We should not dispose in sink or down to the drain. It can be cause for water pollution. So shop to shop water pollution is the another reason for our water pollution. People should avoid buying products that containing harmful and hazardous chemicals. We can buy non-toxic cleaners and pesticides instead of toxic chemicals. Cleaning chemicals. This is the another reason. Similar to oils and fat, cleaning chemicals are hazardous when they enter the water supply. Do not throw away the medicine into the water supply. If we no need any medicine, we have to put it into trash, or we cannot flush medicine down the toilet or crush them into the sink or nearest pond. It can be water pollution easily. Use phosphate-free detergent and dish cleaner. This is the another reason we are dish cleaner or the detergent is very useful for us, and we use it regularly for our cloth wash or something dishwash. So phosphate is a chemical substance that causes water pollution when it get mixed with water. We should avoid phosphate from our daily used detergent and dish cleaner. So we also have to report report against the water polluters. There are many cases of illegal waste disposal and other forms of water pollution, but unreported. Pour oil in storm drains, contaminated pond, water report the nearly authorization. We need to make report against them. So lastly, I will discuss about the keep our vehicle from leaking. Well and other fluids leak from motor vehicle or the other vehicle, contaminated water. It can cause easily water pollution. Thank you, everyone.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ainin Sofia binti Azman. I will briefly explain about long-term effects of water pollution to all living things. Okay, so these are some of the long-term effects of water pollution. They are eutrophication, economic activities, human health, and also acid rain. Okay. So the first long-term effect is eutrophication. It occurs when there is excessive usage of fertilizers by agriculture activities such as farming and discharge of wastewater into the water bodies such as river and lake. The accumulation of chemicals like nitrogen and phosphorus will be resulted in algae bloom. When more algae and plants grow, the other organisms will die. This dead algae will decompose as organic matter and become food for bacteria that decompose it. The more food available, the bacteria will increase in number and all of the dissolved oxygen in water will be used up. When the dissolved oxygen content decreases, many aquatic life will die due to oxygen deprivation. Secondly, long-term effect of water pollution is on economic activities of water bodies such as fishing. Human food resources will be declining because there are lesser fishes and seashells that can be caught. Furthermore, the economy of the local residents like fishermen might lose their job. The fishermen and their family will be affected by this issue. The third long-term effect of water pollution will be on human health. Fishes and seashells can accumulate high quantities of toxins in their bodies such as mercury. When they are being consumed as food, the chemicals in their body can lead to poisoning and diseases on humans. There will be some permanent neurological changes such as brain and kidney damage in young children and also adults. Okay. The last long-term effect is acid rain. Acid rain is formed when water in the atmosphere mixes with chemicals, mainly sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides, that are emitted during the burning of fossil fuels. These acid rains can release toxic chemicals from the soil, which at low levels can stress the fishes in the lakes and rivers, while at higher concentrations, the toxin can kill them directly.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Next, let's continue with short-term effect of water pollution. There are two main effects that I will discuss in this slide. And the first is when chemical enter the water source, it can impact surrounding, wildlife and also residents. Thus, the water supply will not safe enough for our consumption or sanitation purpose. Water pollution will affect human health by giving some obvious symptoms such as headache, stomachache, diarrhea, vomiting and dizziness. This symptom can contribute to some infection disease such as typhoid fever, cholera or malaria, which can cause to death. WHO note that there are about 120,000 cholera-related deaths annually around the world. This is so many, right? Second, major problem occur especially in Malaysia is water disruption. There is 1 million household face water cut in this October due to contamination of raw water source. The infected place is at Kuala Lumpur, Petaling, Klang, Shah Alam, Kuala Selangor and Putrajaya. It is so difficult for the consumer who need clean water, especially during MCO, because this pandemic forced them to work at home or stay at home. In conclusion, water is essential resource for living things, and the irresponsible behavior affect innocent people. Due to these consequences, we need to protect water body from deliberate pollution. Thank you. That's all from me.